over the edge. Feel like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.
This program contains graphic material, including offensive language. Viewer discretion is advised.
Good evening and welcome back to another evening with us out here on EyeOn Entertainment Network. And over on the left-hand side of your screen, you have your beautiful hostess, Lori. And on the right, you have myself, Bob, and we're out here to spend another evening with you.
Hey there. Subscribe to my channel. And also press this bell icon.
And good evening, everyone, and welcome back. And you're out here for another. We have a guest on this evening named Melisa, and as always, your beautiful hostess Lori there at the top left, myself Bob over here, and Melisa is coming up to share her story pertaining to her brother tonight. And you have anything you'd like to say in beginning, huh? Lori?
Yeah, just welcome everybody here in chat, and welcome, Melisa.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And
so he went missing back on November 22nd, right? This last November 22nd?
Yes.
Oh, so that's not that long ago.
Yeah, it's at the end of last year. Are you able to pull the? I'm not sure how to do that. You'll have to figure it out. But to pull up the poster that.
Yeah, I got it here. Hold on. So, would you like to explain what happened?
What?
Yeah, he was pulled over for a routine traffic stop, and they realized that his plates did not match his car, and then they pulled his name up, and he had a warrant for Ohio. So they arrested him. And during the arrest, at some point, they seen a baggie and checked his mouth, and they said there was 2 white round objects in his mouth. And he was told to spit them out, and he swallowed them instead. So they called the ambulance to come get him. And he was transported to East Liverpool City Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
From there, he escaped or ran off, however you want to put it. And they called East Liverpool City cops in and let them know that he had left the hospital. And they found him down by the exit ramp of East Liverpool, like towards the river, and told him to, stop running, get in the car. And he took off towards the river, and they searched that area and never found him.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's the last he was seen. They searched for 39 minutes, and that was all they looked, and they just called off the search for some reason.
Huh.
Well, that's kind of messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I just don't understand how someone's only worth 39 minutes of your time, but that's.
So he was seen going down toward the river. Is that what you said?
The cop said he was walking along the exit ramp when the cop pulled over and said, buddy, quit running, get in the car. You never see him on the body cam video, but you do. I could definitely hear that it was his voice. And he's like, what's that? And they're like, you need to get in the car. And he took off running towards the river. Which the exit ramp is right by the river.
Gotcha.
So did they stop searching because they assumed he had gone in the river, or did they give you any kind of idea why they stopped?
They just said that they didn't hear him anymore. They didn't really give me a reason why they stopped looking for him.
Do you know which exit DW and Chad is asking?
It's the exit coming from Calcutta, Ohio, into East Liverpool. It's the East Liverpool exit.
Wow.
You know, I just don't understand like why he was left at the hospital to begin with, knowing that he had ingested something that they don't know what it was.
Right.
I just think
How
that
did he get out of the hospital? Wasn't he guarded by police, being that they had arrested him?
no, they did not stay with him. The police officer says in his report that he came to put a hold order on him at the hospital, and that about 10 minutes later was notified that he had left the hospital. I don't think he should have been left, but you know.
Well,
Yeah.
it's really strange too, because if they were arresting somebody, you think that they'd want to keep eyes and tabs on that person, not just let them leave, especially if they've seen that he ingested something.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
I don't know if he had a reason to be afraid. I have, for over a month, I made phone call after phone call and sent emails to St. Clair Township Police Department, which is the police department that was, you know, the original arresting officers. And I was told by the chief that, you know, he would see what he could do about getting me the stuff, his body cam footage from the arrest, and that he would let me know if he would needed to email it to me or if I could come there and pick up a disc or a thumb drive. After that, I called and called and called. No one would ever call me back. And then I finally talked to one of the trustees, and he told me that I needed to file a Freedom of Information Act form, which we did. And then a couple days later, still no email or call from them. I believe we gave them almost a week. And finally, I just went over there in person and was told by another officer that he had just gotten the case. They had just gave him the case, which had been 80 days after my brother was missing. And that I would not get the body cam information without an attorney.
This is yours, Mama.
Really?
Yeah.
Mama, talking to you.
Wow.
Mama, talking.
They said
Hey.
that now it's considered an
Mama.
ongoing investigation.
Mama, this is yours.
But
Wow.
wait, hold on. They stopped
that is
though
yours.
after what, 39 minutes? You said?
Yes.
That's
That
really
is
weird.
yours, Mama.
That was East Liverpool cops report that
That
I
is
do have the body
yours,
cam
Mama.
from when they was looking for him.
That is yours.
About 34 minutes into the video, the officer, you can see the body cam looks towards the river, and the officer says, "Holy shit," and then turns back around, and like 5 minutes later, the video ends. I did question that, why that was said. I sent several emails. They never replied. I finally got a hold of the chief from East Liverpool and talked to him again, and he said, "Oh yeah, well, I asked him about that, and he didn't recall saying that, but if he did, it had to have been he got startled by something like a rock falling off of the bridge."
That is yours, Mama.
A rock falling off of.
That's
Yeah,
Um,
because it's right underneath of the Knoll Bridge where this all.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that's the bridge from Ohio to West Virginia.
And you'd mentioned that at one point before he ran, that the officer said, or that no, not the officer, but that he said, "What's that?"
Yeah, he said to the cop like, "What's that?" or something along those lines. When in the video you could hear his voice,
Hmm.
but that's all you heard, and you didn't see him at all.
Steve says in chat the cops told a very reliable source at the hospital that when he got picked up with drugs, he signed his own death warrant.
Wow.
That is yours.
Jameson says that's tragic but not uncommon. DW says wow to Steve. Andrew says cover up, I guess on the police's part. And Scrappy agrees.
Yeah,
This is really screwy. Like,
that sounds really messed up. Any idea what the police force is like out there? Because I know, like, the town that I grew up in back in Ohio, the police there had a reputation.
East Liverpool has been, does have some cases against them. I do know. I'm not sure really. They had a case regarding an officer covering up his body cam and turning his head,
oh, Jameson said uncommon was in reference about needing an attorney to move forward.
Hmm.
And that would have been fine. I wouldn't have had a problem with them saying that from the beginning, but to let it go on, a month telling me that I was going to get the footage and that, they were going to give it to me. And then, it's not very professional just to ignore people's phone calls and just refuse to call people back. And, you call a police station and, oh, I'm sorry, they're not in today. Like, how do you have a police station with nobody there? Like, I don't get that.
It's amazing though, like when we talk to people that have stories and that how many the police have failed. It's
Mm-hmm.
crazy. It's mind-blowing. Like almost every single case is like the police didn't do something.
And how do you wait 80 days to hand a report, like a person that is missing, they hand it over to another cop after 80 days, he gets put on the case. That doesn't make sense to me.
Wow. Oh.
I was told by both places at one point, St. Clair, oh no, we're not looking for him. That's East Liverpool's jurisdiction. East Liverpool says, oh, we're not looking for him. That, St. Clair Township is the one who arrested him. So it's like everybody just pushes the buck back and forth, and I don't understand either how they have a person missing near the water. They are down near the water. They do not call a boat in. They do not bring a canine in. One of the officers in the body cam video even said, would it be helpful to you if I would go up on the Knoll Bridge and spotlight the area for you? Negative. That was his response.
What?
Negative. Yes.
Hey,
Wow.
Why would you refuse help?
What the hell? Why give up after 39 minutes?
I know. I mean,
Yeah.
I would say they have a duty to protect him, knowing that he is, under the influence of some kind of drugs.
Yep, and in their custody.
Right.
Let's see what we got here. Steve
Daddy,
says, yes,
sorry,
Andrew,
Mama.
cover up. They told us we could have the footage. Then I believe after they've seen it is when they said we couldn't have it.
That is yours, Mama.
Wow.
Jameson
Mama, that is
says,
yours.
that's pretty
that is
pursuit.
yours.
Oh God, I can't read tonight either.
That is
For
yours.
low income
I touched
people
it,
dealing with a PD, I'm not saying he's low income, just throwing that out there. DW says, wow, to Steve. Andrew says, cover up. I guess on the police part is. Wait, what's happening here?
What's that?
That was me. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I hit the button and it unmuted the video on my phone.
Oh, is it possible he was locked up in another town or state? DW wants to know.
No, because I had downloaded this thing on my phone where you could check any jails in the country, and if it updates when people are arrested. His name has never come up on there.
Hey,
he is also listed as a missing person here in Hancock County, which is where we live, Hancock County, West Virginia. And the officer here that's in charge of his case said, if he would be arrested anywhere, that he would be notified. I'm not sure how that all works. He is still pending his NamUs on NamUs. He don't have a number yet, but his application's pending. So
Mama, that is
Hey,
yours.
Mima. Definitely something
Mama,
not right
I
here.
sent to you.
This is my daughter-in-law, and can't seem to get answers or help from law enforcement.
Mama, that is yours.
Slinky says the police here will tell you
Talking to you.
he won't work for you, so there's that.
Mama, talking to you.
Wow.
Mama, I not hear you. Hear you.
That's so cute.
Hear
Now,
you.
has
I hear you, Mama.
and I don't know how everything works in situations like this, but
I not hear you.
have they
louder,
tried to reach out to
Mama.
like any local media
Speak
about the
louder.
about the story and get media coverage, or have they
Okay.
not really responded to that? 'Cause in some cases we've seen where
I have tried so many different things. I don't know how many places have been contacted about this case. Nobody's got back to me. I did do an interview with Channel 9 News here, and I did a whole interview, and they put like one line of what I said on the TV. It was less than 30 seconds. It was no help at all.
yeah, and, oh my gosh.
It was played twice. I mean, I don't understand how that goes. You see some of these people that are missing that get like national coverage, and
It's
Good night, Andrew.
it's terribly messed up, and we've seen that too, and some of those who have come on and talked with us, there was little to no media coverage at all in the situations for different reasons. It's just
I've even contacted the local newspaper, the Review, East Liverpool Review, and I sent a letter to the editor there. I know other people besides myself have reached out to the local news stations, and
Yes, Slinky.
it's just been ongoing that nobody gets back to me. Now here in Hancock County, the officer I requested that they do a reverse bank search. Our fire department does that stuff, and they said that they would do it, but they didn't know when. That was before the weather got bad, and now the weather has been just totally against us. I mean, there's ice on the river. Not now, but there was ice on the river. Now the water levels are very high. So
Hey, Shannon.
Shannon.
I do have a question. First, Slinky says she's in Ohio and didn't even see a blip of this. It was a joke with the media, says Mima. It's because they're not a prominent They're not a prominent family, and we don't have money out the ass. Excuse my language.
No,
That's
sadly, yeah. You say what you need to say. Sadly, that's the truth of the matter. Like and I'm sure Lori could say the same. We were both essentially raised in low income situations, and I mean, I'm currently watching one of my kids go through a situation at school where there's evidently a student who is making some trouble for himself, but his family is very wealthy, and it sucks seeing. And there was the mention previously in the chat about the drugs and the statement that was made, and the sad thing is that whether people look at addictions, they look at all of these other things, and they forget about the person.
Mama.
absolutely, and that's what I've told my mother. She's worried about. She's always felt bad about people judging him, or not liking him because of him being a drug addict, or he's no less of a person because he's addicted to drugs, and he's a very kind person. He would give you the shirt off of his back. He would help anyone. He did have an addiction problem. There's a lot of people that do, and it doesn't discriminate against you being a low income family or rich or wealthy. It doesn't. I mean, it's everywhere now. It's sad.
It is.
But it does not change the fact that he has a family that loves him and misses him very much. It doesn't make him any less worthy of the police's time. It doesn't.
Jameson says if someone goes missing when they were arrested on charges including petty theft, criminal trespassing, and failure to comply with probation, that typically means they don't want to be found.
I've been told that a lot too. Maybe he just doesn't want to be found. Do you think he's hiding? Do you think this? My brother and me have always been close. He's never been afraid to call me when he's been in any trouble. He's always reached out to me, or my mom when he's been in jail. We're the first ones he calls. And there's ways about it. If he was afraid of getting caught or something, that he would still be able to reach out to us some way, somehow. Give a stranger the phone number, have them text and say, I'm okay. Something. I do not see him. He's never not contacted us,
Yeah.
but he's never ran from the cops before either. I don't know why he ran. That's why I wanted to see the body cam footage. I wanted to see what kind of state of mind he was in, to try to see.
Okay, wait. Which one was it that you don't have? You couldn't get the footage. You have the footage when he left the hospital.
Yes, I have the footage from them searching down by the river after he left the hospital. I do not have the footage from St. Clair Township, which was his original, where he was arrested, where he was pulled over in his car and arrested.
Right.
Gotcha.
So I don't know. And, there was a witness that said, that they seen him being arrested and the cops was being rough with him. I would like to see for myself how it went down. Just to see, how he was acting. I don't know, if he hid somewhere, and it's just hard to tell. I just, there's so many scenarios. Every one of them's come through my head. We have searched the area ourselves down there. We never found anything.
Gotcha.
It's right by the railroad tracks too. We've walked the railroad tracks, searched the riverbanks.
Jameson just wanted to also say that he was a criminal defense attorney for 44 years, so he apologizes if he's being harsh. It's not his intent.
Yeah, he's never intentionally. He's not ever trying to be mean to anybody. He's just seen a lot. He's seen a heck of a lot by the sound of it.
Okay, we have someone else, Tanya. Tanya? In here?
And for anybody in the family, if you'd like to come up and...
I just put the link in.
Yeah, there's a StreamYard link there in the chat, and you're more than welcome to hop up here as well. And we'll bring you
anybody,
in.
Shannon or anybody, if you have questions or anything, you can pop in and ask too. Yeah, everybody says that, he's been arrested before. It's not like him to do this.
See, Jameson said, the police stonewalling you, all is very problematic. Yeah.
Ohio and West Virginia said they weren't looking for him, so therefore no warrants, I'm assuming. Oh, shoot.
Yes, he does have a warrant, but it's not in West Virginia. So West Virginia wasn't looking to arrest him, but he's missing. He's listed as a missing person here in West Virginia. Which, to my understanding, is West Virginia doesn't publicize their missing people. I don't really understand that either. It's something that I think needs changed in the state of West Virginia.
Well, I know I do. Most weekdays I do missing people videos, and there's lots of missing people from Virginia.
No, not Virginia. We're in West Virginia. It's a different state.
Yeah.
West Virginia.
Yeah, it's generally around that area. There seems to be a lot going on over that way. But what my mind keeps going back to is when you mentioned that you heard your brother say, what's that? It just, the 39-minute search, supposed search, I don't know, that just sounds really weird to me. All of it.
Yeah, I don't understand how they can just walk away. Like,
Yeah.
how can you walk away when you could have a potential overdose? Someone laying somewhere.
So what did the nurses and them say that were?
I can't get that information either.
Oh my god.
The HIPAA laws, right?
That's HIPAA.
Yeah,
Yep.
she's not from down here in the States, so yeah, I don't know what it's like there in Canada, but HIPAA is essentially made it so that remember when I called to check on my mom at the hospital and they said they couldn't tell me anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, HIPAA laws.
Okay, wait. You said he was at the East Liverpool City Hospital. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm looking at a map here.
And then Jameson is asking, just to be clear, you just to be clear, you all do not have counsel, right?
Correct.
Okay. Newell.
Could he be in a rehab?
Oh, okay.
It's a possibility, but I don't see, like, he would still, you would think, have some way of them contacting the family. I mean, I don't know.
Right.
That would be a blessing. I mean, if he was, but I don't see that.
I need to go
I would think,
potty,
being that it was a
Mama.
criminal matter, though, that even if he was in rehab, that
Mama,
would
I
have
need
to be
to go
reported to the
potty,
police or something. At least that his whereabouts would be located, like, know where he is.
I just, it's been almost 100 days. I don't know.
That's true. If he was in rehab, he'd probably be out by now.
Yeah. Slinky was asking, was it the Newell toll bridge?
Yes, underneath of that, yeah.
There was no bank activity.
No, he didn't have a bank card.
Wow. Let's see. The Tanya says Newell Bridge has a camera, but said no one ran across.
Right. If he would have ran across that bridge, I mean, he lived in Knoll, which is right across that bridge. And I did check his apartment at several times, and there was no activity there. Like, no, you could tell nobody was coming in or leaving or taking anything or.
And
Mama.
what kind of river is it? Like a wild river? Or is it a calm river? Is it a...
Mama, I get going.
I mean, it's a wide. I mean, I don't know. I don't really know compared to other rivers. It's wide, but it's not real deep.
Gotcha.
Is it swimmable? Like across?
People have swam across it. No, I don't know. Some people say there's undertow. Some people say there isn't. It would have been really cold.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
yeah,
it wasn't nowhere
yes.
near as cold as it is right now, but it was still cold.
Yeah.
And under the influence of drugs, I don't know how well that would have went either. I don't know.
True.
We don't know if he made it out of there, like did hide out and like went somewhere else. We just have no clue.
Like,
there's no clue. Like, nobody has seen him at all.
My pants up.
that is crazy. Like, I don't know. Like,
Rob
Yeah,
is asking about. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
It's a small town. I mean, East Liverpool and Chester are both small towns across the river from each other. And like everybody knows, like if somebody would have seen him, if he was around here, somebody would have seen him.
Rapview asks, why would his ex take his phone?
I don't know. His girlfriend was with him when they got arrested, and she had his phone, but I'm not sure why she had his phone. His phone is we can't get into his phone. It's got a passcode, and nobody knows the passcode.
Oh no. Yeah, that's
I don't understand how you can't take like people like because this has happened before too with other people. There should be some place you can take that note to get into it. Like,
Nope. I even have it's right now at an IT person has the phone,
mm,
and they could not break into it. They could not get
my
into the
God.
phone.
gotcha.
If you can self-admit to hospital for mental health, they will get you insurance assistance if you require a longer stay in some places, is what Slinky says. He may have caught a ride over the bridge, Shannon says. His girlfriend had his phone. Then Melissa didn't get it back till Thanksgiving. By that time, it was broke. They had it fixed, but there was a code. There's a code. She had been on his phone a few days before Melissa got it.
Huh.
Probably, if there was anything on it, probably deleted and long gone.
It all just sounds really suspicious to me. The way that my mind is going. It doesn't.
I could understand being that, they were going to arrest him. And if he did have, say, drugs or something, and he did ingest them, depending on what they were, that could have also definitely altered his whatever. I don't know, to do who knows what, right? But I mean, like, he may have been just hiding out somewhere until the police gave up and decided to do what he had to do after. But I don't know.
Jameson says my suggestion to you all would be, if you haven't already, is go through police logs on the day that he went missing. If there's anything suspicious, it might offer a hint. Now, is that something that the public has access to? I don't know how all of that works, Jameson. That makes sense, though, to go through the logs and look for anything strange there.
As far as I'm concerned, like with St. Clair, they said I could not get any information on his case at all because it is considered an ongoing investigation and it is not made available to the public until it is closed.
Wow. And sorry for the sarcasm, but how convenient for them, right?
Right, and
Okay.
It doesn't make sense. It's not helping me. Like after the case is closed, that means A, he's found alive, or B, he's found not alive. I don't know. I don't need the information later. I need it now.
Yeah, exactly. One way or the other, what happened?
Yeah.
It's amazing, though, how many times this can happen where people just literally disappear.
Yeah, people, I just don't see how someone can just vanish.
You wouldn't think it's possible.
Rapview said could probably access it through FOIA. Jameson says most places put it in the local newspaper.
I have the police reports, but that's it. The police reports is the only thing that's like public information.
I wonder, shoot.
Oh, it's a prepaid phone.
Yeah.
What is the website where you can go? I don't know how far back they go, but the site where they have all of the police scanners and things. Do you remember what it was called, hun?
Oh, crap.
I can't remember, but I don't know if they keep archived scans, but I wonder if it would be possible to find something on there. I just have to remember what the site was called. I don't know. It's just...
Holy crap, is there stonewalling the radio transcripts? My goodness. That's what Jameson said. There's no investigation because nobody was looking for him. Now they say there is. What the hell? This is like really messed up.
Yeah, I don't understand how after 80 days now they're going to decide that they're going to look for him. I think that they were just thinking, that if they just kept ignoring me long enough and didn't answer me, that I would just go away.
I think they honestly think that with a lot of cases because of the fact that it seems like the families have, I mean, I don't know. In some cases, it seems like the families have to do the work because they don't want to.
Yep.
And in this situation, it sort of seems that way, but they have information that could probably help you figure out what happened, yet they don't want to give it to you or they can't.
And if
Which
they're
makes
looking
it
for
hard.
him, actually looking for him, he would be on the news. He would be in the
Exactly.
newspaper. There's ways to get information out there to the public that they're looking for someone.
So, what's the population of where he lived and where he went?
Oh, I
Here,
don't.
I can find out. Just 1 second.
Because you would think that would be the first place they'd go is to put it in the media.
Us as a family have been the only ones to go out and hang up flyers. We've done all the areas, hanging up flyers, showing like the picture that you have up there. We had a We Can Bring You Hope organization on Facebook. They printed out 500 flyers for us.
Oh, well, that was very nice of them.
So
Yeah, no kidding.
we was hanging up those, and if I go somewhere new, I try to make sure I give them to businesses. And so his picture is out there because of us, like,
Yeah.
on telephone poles and such, and businesses in the area. And
Wow. It just,
Bye-bye.
it's heartbreaking to see. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, East Liverpool, it says here, is 9,958 at 2020 census.
Now, see, the answer I got, it was from 2019, so the population had gone down a bit since, evidently. Because in 2019, it was reported as like 10,692. So it was a smaller town.
it is a small town. We did. There's a lot of drug problems in that East Liverpool area. I mean, it's in West Virginia too, but a lot of overdoses, and it's a sad situation around here.
Now, I don't want to say that. I don't want to bring that up because I understand how difficult that can be. But is it possible whatever he ingested maybe made him overdose?
That's a possibility, and that's why I worry, and why I question why is it okay for the police to just walk away after 39 minutes of searching for someone that is at risk for overdosing?
Yeah,
They knew he ingested something. There's no reason that they couldn't have stayed. Somebody couldn't have stayed at that hospital. Their reply to that was they're understaffed. Well, then they need to fix that problem.
Mama, what you done?
Laughing Hawk in the chat says, call all surrounding morgues and hospitals to find out if anyone with his description has been brought in. Does not break HIPAA for validation of their. Let's see, they just cannot give medical info.
The officer from over here said that through the NCIC, which is where they put all their information, that they have received calls, or he has received calls like from different places, but nothing's ever matched up, like with his tattoos and such.
Oh, wow. Let's see. That's what I'm thinking, Stevie. Stevie, if I'm pronouncing that right. Sorry, I have to use a screen reader because of my blindness, so it doesn't always describe things very well. Okay, so plain and simple, they know something, or they're hiding something that they don't want us to know. That's the feeling that I'm getting from everything. It just doesn't add up at all.
Namus? He isn't. That isn't he.
I think it was going through the. You said it was going through the process for Namus, correct?
Yes. He doesn't have a number yet. We Can Bring You Hope that's another thing that they did. They registered him on Namus, but we haven't got the number yet. She said it still says pending.
Gotcha. Wow. Has so Laughing Hawk says ask Namus and the Charlie Project to post his info.
Yeah, he will be posted on the Namus as soon as his application is finalized, or however it works.
Gotcha.
But West Virginia is one of the few states that I does not like publicize
Right. It just
missing persons reports.
I don't understand that at all. It's just let's see. Okay. Bettina says I called the dam close to us. It's checked twice a night, and since West Virginia is in charge of the Ohio River, the corner of West Virginia is aware. Wow. I don't know.
My mom said that she's trying to speak on there, but you can't hear me. It's just she can't figure it out.
Oh, okay. I'm guessing she's trying to. I'm gonna grab the StreamYard link and I'm gonna put that out there in the chat.
Okay.
And if you,
Jameson says it should be noted that East Liverpool, Ohio has an overall crime rate of 8,194 per 100,000 residents compared to the national rate of 4,506 per 100,000. Damn.
wow.
That's wow.
So if you tap on or click on that link from the chat, it should open up a browser if on a phone, and it'll take you to the StreamYard login page where you can log in with either your Facebook or your YouTube account, which is typically your Gmail account. And then it should bring you into a studio area where you can enter in your name and things. And then you should eventually see an enter broadcast studio button. And once you tap or click on that, depending on what kind of device you're on, it'll bring you in, and we can bring anybody who would like to come in up here.
Shannon says, sadly, he isn't the only person the cops are doing this to. It needs to stop. Jameson says, a conflict theorist would tell you that high crime rates equal high crime or high rates of police corruption. I need to learn how to read today.
Wow.
Always comes back to that police corruption thing, doesn't it?
That's what it sounds like. High rates of crime are typically related to high rates of corruption. It just high crime rates equal high rates of police corruption. Wow. A lot of unsolved cases. Wow. Yeah, let us know if she's able to get in through there, and hopefully it'll work smoothly.
So being a smaller place, it probably doesn't have like a lot of newspapers or TV stations, or it's about the same population as where I'm at. And
Yeah, I don't understand why the local stations haven't, picked this up. And especially like our newspapers. Like, why? I mean, there's no news around this area. Why would you not want to put out a story that's local to your hometown. Like,
Exactly.
I just don't understand.
So
It's
what's
like
the
he's just
biggest city
been,
that's around it?
we're like an hour from Pittsburgh.
An hour from Pittsburgh.
We're like an hour from Wheeling, West Virginia. That's another bigger. But Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Okay, so it's kind of up there in the. Shannon's wondering, is there someone above the police there that will look into look into the situation?
Well, I've called several places, and I always get told, like I was told to call the mayor. They don't have a mayor in St. Clair Township. They have trustees.
Hmm.
So I did speak to the trustees and was told, that's who told me, they had spoke to the chief, and he said he can't just hand over that information, that I needed to fill out that Freedom of Information Act paper. So we did, we filled that out, and
Wow.
after that, it's when it seemed like it went downhill, like that they got that legal form. So, then they decided it was going to be an ongoing investigation, and the case was handed to an officer to investigate. I don't get it.
Oh, 50. Okay. 50 minutes from Youngstown. Yeah, I'm familiar with the Youngstown area. Slinky said I had to call the police, the state police, to investigate the police when my brother died. Wow.
I'm just trying to see here what's all media-wise.
I try to keep, us as a family, we try to keep his missing person thing, updated, and keep it posted on Facebook every few days at least, and have people share it. I share it to like certain missing sites, missing in West Virginia, on Facebook, and even the surrounding areas, Beaver, Ohio. So, I mean, his picture has definitely been circulated around here. I know not everybody has Facebook, but it's hard for us. Like, I don't know what other route we can go when we can't get the news stations or the newspapers or anyone to run his missing person flyer. I mean, I don't get it. You would think that these places would want to reach out and help somebody.
You would really think so, wouldn't you?
Laughing Hawk says no candy coating. Media does not care. Drug addicts, sex workers, drug dealers, runaways, or anything that they cannot sensationalize. That makes sense.
Yeah, well,
It is very true. I even
they-
had a private detective call me, and he said, "That's why you're not getting anywhere, because he's not like a cute little teenage girl or something,
I was just going to say that he's not blonde hair, blue
images
eyed.
sell,
He's not blonde hair, blue eyed, and long blonde hair and stuff like that. That's why I honestly, truly believe that. And money speaks. I hate to say it, but money talks.
Sadly.
Yeah, it does.
And the Petita family, I do believe, had access to money or something, because I think that's kind of how it all kind of. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't remember that particular part of the situation there with that case, but Shannon says Dolly Vision needs this info. He's in Norfolk, Virginia. I can
Yes.
I can send this and
Is he on tonight?
Mama.
I'm not sure.
You guys are welcome to share my contact information with anybody that you need to, if you think
Okay.
it would help.
We'd definitely be glad to. I mean, that's probably the, I wish we had more resources to be able to help people. We're just,
I would like to
we're
find a
struggling
lawyer
ourselves.
that would take on the case, pro bono. It's kind of hard to find that around here, but or, reasonable price.
That's the messed up part there. And I think it's getting harder and harder to find pro bono, unless I'm mistaken. Um, oh, Jameson was asking, do you reside in the south side of Liverpool or the central city?
I'm not sure how that works. I actually live in the very tippy top of the northern panhandle of West Virginia. And Ohio is like right across the river from us.
Hmm. Um, Laughing Hawk says you should get a Reddit account and then post to the subreddits. Let's see. Okay, r/missing persons, r/without a trace, and be sure to contact YouTube channels that will make videos on his case. And we can definitely help with reaching out to some of them as well. So
Okay.
it's just a shame that the story is not being heard, and it this one hits pretty close to me because that's my brother's age, and I haven't gotten to see him for quite a while, but it sounds like he and William have they're both really good people. They just got into some really bad situations, and it just
Absolutely.
hits close to home. And you know, those the sad thing is how this society tends to judge, and that's someone's brother, that's someone's you know son.
Correct.
Just
He
he's a
has a little
person.
girl also.
Oh,
Do you have a GoFundMe set up?
No, we have not done that. In the beginning of all this, we had so many scammers. I mean, people
oh my
calling and
gosh.
telling us that they had him, they kidnapped him, they wanted $7,000. It was nonstop. I mean,
And were those proven to be false? Like just
they were
scammers?
all, yeah, they were all followed up with, and the cops said that they are just like using some kind of internet-based dialing services or something
Yeah,
to
probably
do it.
through VPN.
They can't find them, like, to even like press charges or anything
Hmm.
like that. People are really sick.
They are, and sadly, that kind of thing happens more than a lot of people think. There was one case that we had talked about. This little boy in Texas went missing. They found him a couple of days later. But even in the very beginning of that, people were putting up fake, GoFundmes, stating that they were raising money to help in the situation, and they were just collecting for themselves. And there have been situations where family members have been contacted, just like in your situation, and they would make up these stories and try to get money. And people really are just nothing short of sick situations like that.
And it's sad because, a lot of people in those situations are going to say, oh my God, where do I send the money to? I'll find some way to give you the money. They just don't.
Hmm.
That's what they're looking for. They're looking for people that are just so desperate to find
Yeah.
their loved ones that they're going to give them whatever they want.
Trust me, in the true crime community here on YouTube. Well, Shannon said this will soon be all over YouTube, true crime community. But yeah, there's lots of people that use Summer Wells. Have you heard of Summer Wells, the 5-year-old from Tennessee that went missing? They use her name, and yeah, there's lots of grifters out there that use her name
Are
to
there
get
ever?
money.
It's
Or
My
any
reply,
missing
my
child.
reply, to anybody that has tried texting me is always, I'll send you the money as soon as you send me a picture of my brother holding today's date.
Mhm.
Then we'll talk money. Like, you give
Yeah.
me proof that you have him, and then I'll get you your money.
Exactly. Well, and they prey on people because they're vulnerable, and Sick though. Just sick. Sickness.
Yeah.
It's all sick.
Yeah, that's why I've tried handling, the brunt of the stuff, putting my phone number out there and keeping my mom's phone number out of the picture because of I'm just trying to, protect her as much as I can
Yeah.
from all the heartache. I mean, it's just hard enough not knowing where he's at for this long. That's her baby, It's just I hate seeing my mom hurt.
Yeah. I can definitely hear that in your voice.
What simply said, perfectly put, says, not to be off topic, but I want to thank you, Bob and Lori. I'm at the ER with my grandbaby, so I'll have to watch this when I have my charger. I love you both very much.
Oh. It's good to see you again.
Billy is a family guy. He would never have missed Thanksgiving, Christmas, especially with his daughter, New Year's, his mother's birthday, and his birthday point blank.
My colors has appeared, Mama.
Laughing Hawk says, don't send anyone money at all. You'd be surprised at the amount of folk who know how to Photoshop and do things on the internet that look so convincing. Get law enforcement involved. Always. And that's the thing. When people are missing people in their families, they don't have time to think about the shit that this kind of shit, what the stupid people will do to take advantage of a situation.
Anybody who has an intent to scam will always look for vulnerable people. And I was talking with a client about this the other day who's living in an assisted nursing facility. And in the process, while we were talking, her cell phone, was getting call after call after call after call from all these numbers she didn't know. And we were talking about these scammers. They will always look for people who are the most vulnerable. And in situations like this, that's one of the worst places to be in.
What?
Mima says it's ridiculous how the police departments don't want to do their jobs. Not all are bad, but more bad than good. A friend was shot in Columbus, and the police told the mom to go look for the shell casings.
Say what?
Sounds about right anymore these days.
I'll sit behind my desk. You go do my job. It's fine. You just go do it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I call over there to St. Clair Township over and over and over. And like nobody's in the office right now. Like, how do they have a police department? Nobody's in the office.
Yeah, it sounds more like if anybody calls, just tell them I'm not in the office kind of thing to me. Like avoiding them.
If he is out there, if my brother is out there somewhere, my mom just texts me. We just want to know that he is safe. If he could just reach out somehow, some way, if he is out there and let us know that he's okay, it would just be, a lot of weight lifted off of our shoulders.
Yeah.
We just, it's horrible not knowing where someone is. It's just, we've always been such a close family. It's just, this is not like him. I feel that something's very wrong,
That's the feeling I get from everything that you had told about the body cam footage and everything. It doesn't seem right.
Sure doesn't make sense to me.
No, same here.
I'm not sure if I caught exactly where you put flyers all up, but could you say again?
They were put up all around our areas: Chester, Weirton, New Cumberland, Knoll. It's just anywhere that we go, around this area, we hang up flyers. And it's been shared on social media, several different sites for missing people. My mom said that she wants me to say, that he is her baby and she just misses him so much and she loves him and she just wants him to come home or at least let us know that he's safe.
I wish I had a way to Because I know she was trying to get onto the StreamYard. I wish I had a better way that I could help her with that. I apologize that didn't work out so well.
I'm not sure why she can't get on.
It could be the way that the phone is opening it or something like that. There are definitely issues sometimes when it comes to that. Especially clicking links from YouTube.
Yeah. Unfortunately, technology doesn't always work in our favor.
That is for darn sure. Let's see. Mima said, Melissa has been so strong, but it's taking a toll. Yeah, I can't even imagine. Shannon says, stay strong. Laughing Hawk says,
Having technical difficulties here. I can't hear anything.
uh-oh. Let's see.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I hear you.
Hello?
Uh-oh, so she's not hearing us. Let me go and send her a message over.
I can hear you now.
Okay, good. Yeah, we were able to hear you perfectly fine. I wonder if the mute button got bumped accidentally.
Maybe.
It's like, that could Oh wait, no, because we were hearing you. So no, that wouldn't have done it. Yeah, I don't know. Technology. Scrappy B Savage said, I'll share in my personal Facebook in Ohio.
I appreciate anyone sharing.
Let's see. Laughing Hawk says, PSA, police in U.S. are on silent strike and are not doing their jobs on purpose. It's widely known thanks to certain political issues. You have to document all interactions with them by video for proof. Wow. Honestly, that wouldn't surprise me at all.
Oh, if you got a call, it might have knocked your sound.
Oh, that can do it too sometimes. Well, we'll definitely try to share this out as well and reach out to other channels as well. And you did say it was okay to share your...
Yes.
Okay.
You can share my contact information. I can send you my phone number too if you need it.
Okay. Yeah, definitely be reaching out to Dolly, like others mentioned, because he's definitely there in the area. And would definitely, I think it'd be really great to have somebody locally who would be able to cover something like that too. So
Yeah, definitely.
okay, let's see. So have you gotten to tell your story in any other places thus far?
Just with that one other podcast I did with Anthony Dodge, and then you guys. I have put the the story on Facebook. A lot of people have shared it there. But other than that, no. I mean, I did the interview with News 9 and they like I said, just cut everything out that I said. And
yeah, well, with I mean, we may not be a large channel, but this whole thing's streaming live, so there's no cutting out of nothing. I don't understand.
That's what I don't understand, Steve, is the fact that he was by the river. Why wouldn't you? I mean, you don't just give. I just don't understand why they just gave up.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense.
yeah, my mother's even tried to reach out to the FBI.
Yeah, I was going to say, if anything, she should be able to have some success, no?
We have had just no luck with anything that we've tried to do. I think she even wrote a letter to the mayor here, or the governor or something here in West Virginia. No response.
Wow.
A lot of people have said we forwarded your thing to this news station or that news station. They're going to be contacting you. Nobody contacts me. I make sure I answer every phone call too that comes into my phone because
You never
Just-
know.
Right.
just you never know who's going to call and say, we think we seen him, or we have had people call and say, we think we seen him here, or we seen him there, but everything's always been checked out and it's not him. It's like, someone that matches his description, but not the right person, which I appreciate people doing that. Some people are afraid to do that. Like the one person was like, I'm so sorry that I wasted your time. I'm like, you did not waste my time. That's what I want people to do. If they see him, reach out if they
Right.
think they see him, because you never know. I mean, one of these times, maybe it will be him.
Shannon said because of this channel, EyeOn here, Omar's story spread and the news picked it back up. Have hope.
I'm hoping the same thing happens here. 'Cause, there are so many things that we've heard from people out here, and it's disheartening to see because those who had the authority and should have done something didn't. And I was thinking about this too. And with my visual impairment, I don't catch all of the visual specific stuff. But when it comes to the video footage, did it ever look like choppy, like it could have been clipped out or anything like that?
No, it did
Okay.
not.
Okay.
There was 3 officers from East Liverpool down there, and I believe 2 from St. Clair at the river also.
Mhm.
I only received 1 body cam footage from East Liverpool, and the chiefs, I told the chief I wanted all of the body cams, and he said that the other 2 officers that were there did not have their body cams turned on.
Don't they have to have one?
I would think they would, but that's what he told me.
Mhm.
And I really just don't understand the whole thing of the officer saying 34 minutes into the video, holy shit. Like
Yeah.
there's something, and then telling the chief that he just did not recall saying that. But if he did, that, he was startled because a rock fell off the bridge. It's a graded metal bridge.
Yeah.
There's no rocks. Like how does a rock just fall in the water? Like that don't even make sense.
Well, and not to mention that 5 minutes later they called off the search, right?
Right. Correct.
Yeah. That.
And when the other guy that did the podcast, Anthony Dodge, when he called over to the police station, he said to them, what do you speculate? What do you think could have happened? And their response was, if he went into that river, it wasn't because of us.
He went into that river, it wasn't because of them. Well, then
Yeah.
who would it have been because of?
Right. They were chasing him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, had they not done that, he wouldn't have had to go in the water if that's what happened.
Correct.
But, okay, so at 34 minutes, he says, holy shit, claims he was startled by a rock falling or something. And at 39 minutes, 5 minutes later, they call off the search.
Yeah, I don't understand how you can you just can't call off a search that quick.
No.
Unless
You
he's
just can't.
seen him go in the water or something.
And if that's the case, then they should have they would have had to call Hancock County because
Mhm.
they're the ones with the boats.
Exactly.
And they didn't do that.
And they did not do that. They did not call on the boat. They denied help from the other officer saying that he could go up on the Knoll Bridge and spotlight the area so they could see better. He said negative. Like, no, don't do that. Why? Why would you deny
Yeah.
help?
Yeah. That's all very suspicious.
It is very suspicious.
Let's see.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
And Shannon said, I don't hope for it, but if he is deceased, those cops could be held on involuntary manslaughter because it happened on their watch. with a safety device turned off. Yeah. No, that just it
I was
doesn't
a
it
little
doesn't add up.
irritated too when I went over to St. Clair in person finally,
Mhm.
and the officer says that they just handed the case to 80 days after my brother went missing. He says, "Oh, well, he went across the Mill Bridge. That's why he's reported missing over there." I said, "No, that's not what happened." I said, I told him the story and told him what he didn't even know. He's like, "Well, I might have my facts wrong because, like I said, I was just given this case." You don't know the facts, then you shouldn't sit there and say the facts that you think you're giving me the facts when you don't even know the whole story.
Right.
He was reported as a missing person in Hancock County because that's where we were told he had to be reported as a missing person because that's where he lived.
Shannon says it's like the Floyd case, cops covering cops, but those cops did actually get, well, they're found guilty, aren't they? Thank you, Steve.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for that.
I just, something you would think has to be done.
Yeah.
At least put his name out there, his face out there, get it out there into the media. It's still, it's not like a year has gone by. It's still relatively fresh. Well, I guess, it's easy to hide stuff if you don't turn it on.
I don't understand how they're not even trying to get his picture out there. And people have asked me a lot of questions, and my reply, sometimes is just call over there. Call over to St. Clair Township Police Department and ask them for an update on the case. Ask them, what's being done. Maybe if enough people ask the question, maybe something will happen and it'll actually get done.
That's definitely a very valid point right there.
In New York and North Carolina, it is mandatory police have cams turned on. I think in Moab too, isn't it? Didn't we learn that with the Petito case?
Yeah.
Yeah, and East Liverpool, they already have a case against them for the cop putting his finger over the body cam and turning his head. I guess and they sicked a dog on somebody.
Wow.
I'm not sure of the specifics on that one, but yeah, they covered up their body cam.
But getting his name out there doesn't necessarily have to mean that you're making the cops look bad. You want answers.
I do, and people have said that too. Downing the cops. This isn't going to help. This isn't going to help. I never once downed any of those cops. I was nothing but respectful every time I've called there. I've been polite. Never once have I ever been disrespectful to any of them. But I do believe they're dropping the ball, and I do not believe that they are doing everything that they can be doing to find my brother. I really don't.
I agree. It sounds like they're doing nothing but covering it up. That's just the feeling that I.
Steve just said the one cop that was looking for Billy is in a lawsuit right now for covering his body cam while the other cop let the police attack a dog. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
You can't do that. You can't do that shit. That's not playing right.
Wow.
Makes you wonder how cops, if they're dirty, how they can get in to be good cops. You know what I mean? Like,
just like with other places, there are a lot of people who are very good fakers, and once they're in, they do what they do. Wow.
Shannon says you need that lawyer and sue the pants off them.
Yeah, no kidding.
Shannon said what? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
She said you need that lawyer and sue the pants off them. Bet they'll search.
Yeah, for sure. Typically when it comes down to money.
See, the thing that's a piss off is that the chief is the cop's dad.
The chief of
Wow.
East Liverpool is the father of the person, the cop that had the video cam on that I did see. Yes, he is the chief's son.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Shannon says we just had a special agent here in North Carolina get busted for coke and drug money. Wow. And the guy was drug task force.
You hear that quite often, even up here.
Yeah.
Damn dirty cops.
We did have a couple come in from Canton and brought their dog in, and the dog, they searched the area with the dog. The dog kind of like would hit down by the water. The dog was very interested in the pillar underneath of the Knoll Bridge, but we never found anything.
Interesting.
But that was also 30 days after he had went missing that
Right.
we got them to come in, so time wasn't on our best side there, but
This definitely needs to be shared out more.
that's the thing too. I don't understand why no canine units were used either. They
Right?
they didn't utilize their resources. Like, they did not utilize everything that they could have. I don't care if they seen him go into the water or not seen him go into the water. They were looking for someone who ran towards the water. That to me is enough to call in a boat.
I agree.
Call in the boat. That way you have them down there looking up and you're looking down. More eyes. I mean, it makes sense to me.
Yeah, Steve says that's what I'm saying. I bet they've seen him fall in the water and said the hell with it.
Shannon says too much paperwork for them and questions.
Well, I think that just sounds funny how, he said holy shit and 5 minutes later that was it.
Yeah.
Nothing to see here. We're all done. Like, that's not
Yeah,
normal.
the one cop that was there that didn't have his body cam on said at one point in the video that he could see him but couldn't get to him, like he was hung up in the brush or something. So, if that's their excuse as to why the body cams weren't on, that they weren't, in contact with him, I don't know.
Scrappy says, but even if he went into the water, something would have surfaced by now, you would think.
Some people say that, and some people say, bodies, when it's cold out, they take longer to come up after they sink. That it could be till after spring that the body would surface. I really don't know much about any of that. We've also been told, that if he would get stuck underneath of a barge or something that came through.
Oh.
It's just, there's so many scenarios.
Yeah.
And we don't know that he went into that water.
Yeah,
we don't know for sure. But I don't see, I really think that a river search is necessary, that they need to do that in that area. But it hasn't been done yet.
Wow.
And I would like to thank, our family friends that have been there for us and have helped me, with a lot of things. Terry Tuma and Patina and Tina. There's been, a lot of people that have reached out, and everybody's praying for him. And I appreciate everything that anyone has done.
Well, we'll definitely try to share this out to some groups that we're in too, and reach out to some other creators to try to get this story out to a much broader audience. So there are some good people out there who definitely care.
Oh yeah, and my cousins Doug and Missy, they've been a big help too. It's nice to know that you have people that you can reach out to.
Yeah.
You said that you guys searched the area?
Yes, we did. We searched the riverbanks there. We walked the railroad tracks clear from East Liverpool down to Wellsville. We found nothing. That's, some people have even walked different areas of the river on the West Virginia side. My dad walked some of the area down there on the West Virginia side. But then, we got all that bad weather after that, and everything's covered in snow and ice. But the weather's breaking now. I'm hoping that, we have some more nice days that maybe we can get back out and do some more searches on foot.
Yeah, if you guys do plan on searching in that, let us know, and we can see if anybody that lives in the area can help search.
Yeah, definitely.
All that good stuff. And we will definitely spread this. It should have been done immediately. I agree completely.
Yeah.
That's just a really crappy case of dropping the ball.
Yeah, it is. It definitely, the ball's been dropped.
Yeah.
I mean, by both East Liverpool and by St. Clair Township. They should be doing more. You see all these people missing on the news constantly. And especially if someone's missing and the cops want them. That doesn't make sense to me why you wouldn't put them on the news.
Wow.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah, it just does not add up to me at all. I'm sorry that y'all are going through this.
Shannon says to start a Have You Seen Him Facebook page with all the info and updates. That is a very good idea.
True.
Yeah, I have thought about doing that.
Yeah, that would definitely be a good idea. And just I don't know how we had a different situation someone was talking with us about, and one of those in our chat had told us that the police departments really don't like it when you go and put things on their social media pages that they're trying to not talk about, in this one situation, there was a gentleman, and his son was intentionally shot, and there was no justice for it. And one of those in chat had said to start posting about it on the social media pages of the police departments. I don't know. Have you ever been out to any of them, or that was something I wouldn't have thought of before it was brought up that one evening.
Oh, I'm sorry. My mic was muted. I'm sorry. Who did you say
It's okay.
to reach out to?
Someone was saying with someone who we were talking with, man, it was a couple weeks ago, I think, and they were saying that sometimes posting those things out on the social media pages of the local law enforcement that it involves.
Oh, yeah. I have had a lady that she has a missing family person too, Sean Antil, I think it is.
Oh
And
wow.
she is like, she has sent them a message the other day calling them out, and they never replied to her. So I'm
Yeah,
sure though that it struck a nerve.
yeah. One of those in chat had mentioned that back then that the police departments don't like that. Which, you know, if they don't want to look bad, then they shouldn't be doing bad.
Correct.
Yeah, well, then do your job. I mean, if you don't want to look bad, do your job.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Facebook page. that that could be a good idea, and then start tagging the police department on the page when you put the posts out there. Perhaps, um, it saying that the ball was dropped in this is definitely an understatement. Like it just makes you wonder if they even picked it up in the first place. It's yeah, Sean Entel. Wow.
Yeah, there's so many people that have reached out and shared and try to offer advice and tell you to do this and do that. And I try,
Mm-hmm.
for the most part to do everything that I can. If I think it's going to help or get us anywhere, I do try, you know.
Yeah. It just
Oh, there's another case around there too. Sean Antle.
Sean Entel. Yeah, it was just mentioned. There's not a Facebook page, but it's consistently shared on every local group. That's good. That's
Oh,
good.
sorry, I was writing stuff down.
Well, we can definitely reach out to some bigger creators. That's one thing that we can do, and try our best to get this to a broader audience because
I think every little bit, helps get it out there.
Yeah, it only
I
takes one person to have seen something.
very
appreciate you
true.
guys reaching out to me.
Anytime. Well, we're glad that you came on. Now, how are you doing over there? I know it's like past 12:30. All my family's back east, so
Yeah, I usually stay up late. It's my quiet time. I have 8 kids, so
okay.
yeah, I like my quiet time at night.
That is definitely understandable.
Mama.
Well, we're
But you hear my little night owl here with me.
yeah.
He doesn't like to go to sleep.
You, Mama.
I love you too, buddy.
I have one that's like that too. Just almost 6 years older.
Ed, you guys are more than welcome to come back anytime you want if you have
Yeah.
updates or you just want to keep his name out there.
Yeah, just don't hesitate to reach out to us, and
Mm.
we'll
I
definitely.
just really want everyone to keep it going, keep pushing, keep his picture out there. I know people probably get tired of seeing me post and post and post, but I will post and post and post until he's found, until he's brought home some way, one way or another. I will not stop. I will not stop till he's found.
The sad thing is that the ones who would get tired of something like that would be doing the same thing if they were in that situation. At least you would hope.
Yeah, I would hope so. But they
But
say
yeah,
that's like one of the most important things when you have a missing person is to keep their picture rotating, keep it out there.
yeah,
The
get it
more
out there.
people that see it, it only takes one person to see it that
Exactly.
knows where he's at. And someone who
see
sees
here.
it today might not see, might see it the next time that didn't see it the last time. You just never know.
Let's see here. Let me put that comment up there on the screen. If there's an attorney out there, so you never know who watches these, but if there's an attorney out there, get a hold of Melissa, please. Totally echo that. DW says thanks for joining us and sharing your story.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. It's there's not much that we can do, but we can definitely open this up for people such as yourself to come out and get the word out there, because the ones who have the power and the influence and the authority usually don't, unless it benefits them in some big way.
And that's the thing too, you would think even it would benefit them. Like they want to find him because they said, if we find him, we're going to arrest him. Why aren't they doing more to find him if that's what they want?
Yeah, it makes no sense.
It doesn't.
See, and with me, the way that my mind works, which is not always right or accurate, it's in my mind. There's that first instance where William says, "What is that?" And then down the road, you hear an officer whose camera is mysteriously off say, "Oh shit," and then 5 minutes later, calling off the search. Like that's nothing short of suspicious.
The officer that said that, his body cam was on.
Oh, the one who said, "Okay, my bad."
Yeah. He looked towards the water and said, "Holy shit," and then turned back away from the water and walked up out, and that was the end of the video.
It just makes no sense at all.
It doesn't make sense, and I don't understand how a person who is at risk of overdosing is only worth 39 minutes of your time.
Exactly.
And why would the video end like that? Just wouldn't they have still spoken and talked about it? Like, did they just walk away from the river and just be like, "All right, let's go coffee"?
I don't know what the recording protocols are, or if they're supposed to be on the whole time while they're on duty.
Well,
Yeah.
that's when the police report ends also. So.
Wow.
The hell?
Patina says, "Love you, Melissa. Hugs and prayers to the whole family."
Thank you. Love you.
And you're definitely welcome.
She's been a real big help to me.
That's good. It's good to have. Need to be more good people like that in this world.
Amen.
Well, I like to keep this corner of the world on the internet as peaceful as can be. So,
we've had our drama, but we've tried to stay away from it. Man, YouTube, just like everywhere else.
Yeah, a lot of people do like to start drama,
Oh my gosh.
And when this first started, like I had a lot of people like commenting and saying, why are you looking for him? He's a drug addict. He ran from the cops. He doesn't want to be found. This and that and the other. And, and I stayed polite and said, he's still somebody's brother. He's still somebody's son.
Exactly.
He's somebody's father.
Are you legally allowed to share the video? Pressure on the police is what Shannon said.
I don't know. I really don't know. I'm not sure on that one.
Shoot, put that all over YouTube. Yeah, I don't know what the legalities are on that one. Well, that's one of the best things I think we can try to do here is to try to get this out to more eyes, reaching, and we'll definitely reach out to Dolly Vision and pass your information along over there. It's a really cool guy. and he's closer. He's closer to you than either of us are.
Where's he
But just,
from?
I believe that somebody said he was from the West Virginia area. Isn't that correct, hon?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I don't know his.
Wherever Cody Bixby. I believe so.
Okay.
It's West Virginia, isn't it? Shannon?
Let's see.
For some reason, I can't even find his channel at this moment.
Let me take a look here.
Well, he changed the name of it, didn't he? Or did he go back to... Oh, there we are. I see.
I was checking on Cody Bigsby's case.
Yeah, I think it is.
Oh, that's in Hampton, Virginia. So, but Dolly would at least be over in that area, and you never know.
Norfolk, Virginia.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, it's like 7 hours from here, I think, around there. But
Yes.
still a lot closer than you guys.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Scrappy, I completely agree. She said, see, it's cases like this that need a pressure campaign.
No, the right kind. Yeah, there's definitely some YouTubers to stay away from out here.
Yeah, definitely. Those YouTube streets are crazy.
Oh my gosh, are they ever?
Anybody will try to take you down.
Sadly, Shannon's one who can attest to that. She doesn't have a YouTube channel, but because she's involved and she's had association with people in a case, her name has gotten dragged all over some of the YouTube channels out here. But Shannon says Dolly has a lot of familiars all over, or followers all over. So we'll definitely reach out to him and pass this information along, your contact information. And, if the local media isn't going to do it, then social media can.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And social media is a pretty strong tool.
Yep, used for good and bad, but when it's used for good, you can definitely get some good stuff done.
Yeah, I believe that Anthony Dodge that did the other podcast is having some kind of court issue right now.
Oh, no.
From one of his cases that he was airing or something. I'm not sure exactly of the details, but
is he on YouTube, or you said it was?
Yeah, it's called what's this? American Dream Chaser, I believe. Let me see.
I don't know if that's the same person. I heard that somebody was having some issues because of streaming, court content or something like that. I don't know if that's the same.
You're not bad, Scrappy? Did somebody say you're bad? Oh, no. I think he was talking about the other people that try to use pressure campaigns in the wrong aspect.
Yeah, exactly. No, there definitely needs to be a campaign on this police department, that's for sure.
No shit. And I have a list a mile long almost of other police departments to add to that list.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Damn police.
Well, like I said, we'll definitely reach out to Dolly Vision and check out his channel too, because he talks about true crime topics and missing persons. And he sometimes streams through the middle of the night over here in California, so it's like really early over there. He's up at like 2, 3, 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
But really cool guy, and we'll definitely pass this information his way. I wish that we could do a heck of a lot more. But
Me too, but
oh yes, his thing was called All American Dream Chaser.
All American Dream Chaser.
Okay.
I don't know. He posted a thing about Betty and her wanting an interview or something. I don't know. It was weird.
What's that?
Oh, Benny.
Oh,
You know, when you have a stapler and then you lose your stapler, that's the worst thing.
yeah.
First the pen ran away, now the stapler.
Right.
I'm losing everything. It's all gone.
But we'll definitely try to do what we can to keep his name out there too.
Yeah. What happened to it? Like, seriously.
I appreciate that.
Anytime. Is there anything that we or anyone else here in the chat or those who watch this later on, is there anything like what are some of the things that in your thinking that we could do to be of help?
I'm not really sure on that one, besides just keeping, just publishing this on YouTube is a lot of big help, so other people can see it and share it. And I'm just like at a loss of anything else to do.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's a good thing that you're getting his story out there so that
Agreed.
people who might not even know they know something can find out if they know something. Does that make sense? Her brain grew legs and jumped ship too. Mine and hers are somewhere hiding. Who? Me? No. I had it. I was doing something with the damn thing, and now I have no idea where it went.
You gotta hate that.
This is what happens when I try to become organized. See? It backfires.
Yeah, that happens when you make big change-ups like that sometimes. I know I have mine.
It's like seriously not here. Like, that's crazy. Oh well. I must not need it that bad.
Well, for those who are watching too, if you're watching on a mobile device, please be sure to hit that share button that's right underneath, and if you would like to share it out on your Facebook, on your Twitter, and get this information out to a lot more people. Shannon says you're losing everything, Lori.
I found it. It's okay. It's all good again. The world's great. I got it. Everything's going to stay organized. See? All right. So, yeah. Like I said, you guys are more than welcome anytime you want. You can bring everybody if you want.
Yeah, if we have any updates, I'll let you guys know.
Okay.
Yes, it is public information. You can share that. Is there that video?
Oh, I'm wondering if that's pertaining to the body
cam?
cam footage.
If it's public information, yeah, I guess it would be.
You. Yeah, if so, that would definitely be something good to get out.
Yeah, if you ever do consider releasing it, I'd like to see it.
Yeah, I'm not sure like how. Somebody said that after so long they get deleted. I'm not positive on that.
Huh. Let's see.
FOIA.
I'm gonna check and see here.
I don't know how to say that. FOIA. How do you say that? Is that what you're supposed to say?
What's that?
Rap view.
Hmm.
Okay. Freedom of Information Act. Oh, see, it's that request for the body cam.
I did that. I sent them the formal email with that form, and we also mailed one to them as well. A copy of it. And they never reached back out to me. They never emailed me about that. They never called me. Nothing. That's why I ended up going over there. And then that's when they had the other officer come out to talk to me and say he was just given the case a couple days ago and that I would not be receiving that information without an attorney.
That's crazy. Always comes down to lawyers,
Yeah,
which comes down to money.
right. And that can be hard to come by. Yeah, definitely. If anybody watches this who's in the legal field and you might have more information on what can be done, especially in situations like these, let us know. And we can get you in touch. But yeah, I don't know that I have any more questions that I can think of.
Okay.
If anybody out in chat might have any.
Patina says we'll raise the money if we can find a great attorney for them.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll definitely try to get this out there. And like Lori said, you or even other family members are more than welcome to come on here and talk, and share your parts of the story, and um, and I know this may be a hard question, but keeping his name out there, keeping the memories out there, what's one of your favorite memories of him?
Oh, there's so many. We were always just like the crazy ones of the family, I guess, always like to be funny and joke and have a good time, and we were alike in that way, outgoing, outspoken. We would always, blame it on my sister when we were little. That was always the thing, Let's just say Amber did it,
Hmm.
which she never did. She was the good one. She was the good one, but she always got everything blamed on her. So we love you, Amber.
Oh,
Did you
Rep View
wait?
says, oh,
Mima says, Melissa, did you get EL or just see it?
What was that?
I don't know. Did you get EL or just see it? Is what Mima says.
EL or what?
Or just see it. Oh, the video? I don't know.
They emailed that to me, if that's what she's asking. The body cam
Oh,
from East Liverpool, maybe. That's what she's asking. I did see it.
okay.
And I asked St. Clair that too. I'm like, well, East Liverpool gave me their body cam footage. I didn't have to fill out any Freedom of Information Act or anything. And they're like, well, that's because theirs is an ongoing investigation and ours is. But I wasn't told that from the beginning. I literally called there for a whole month, almost every day,
Wow.
and was never told that until they got the Freedom of Information Act papers. But now it's an ongoing investigation.
Almost like a quick little status change at it.
Yeah.
mind blowing. Rapview says you don't need an attorney for the Freedom of Information Act request. There are certain things you need to do. They cannot deny you that, or you can sue.
I did do the Freedom of Information Act form. They already received that, and that's when they decided to tell me that I wasn't going to get the information without an attorney because it's an ongoing investigation. So they say.
He says go to the DA's office or city attorney.
Try that.
That you never know.
Yeah, they said the information does not have to be released to the public because it's an ongoing investigation.
Wow. And they weren't able to really share the specifics of that ongoing investigation.
No, I'm not sure what they're doing or not doing there for.
Right. Right.
The only thing that he did tell me, that officer in St. Clair, is that he talked to the officer over here in Hancock County.
Wow. Okay.
Was that the trustee that told you that, or the cop? Tina says.
The officer himself told me that I could not get the information without an attorney. The trustee is the one that told me that I needed to fill out the form, which I did, and it got me nowhere.
Meemaw says, oh, okay, the video. If you've got the video, share it publicly.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I just don't want to get myself in trouble. I'm not sure if you're allowed to do that or not.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I've never seen anybody share anything like that.
Let's see here. Yeah, I'm not sure what the laws would be for that.
I think
Honestly.
it does say something on there, that can't be used for commercial use or something like that.
Gotcha.
Well, I don't know nothing about body cams.
No, I don't know anything about the laws for them either. But again, you never know. Maybe Dolly, maybe, maybe others out here too.
What did you say his is called? Dolly?
Dolly Vision. You can
Dolly
search him on
Vision.
YouTube, and the channel should show up.
Okay.
And typically, when he goes live, he has a a Google Voice line number that goes across the bottom of his screen, and he typically just leaves that open for anybody to call in if they want to call in. He's had some cool people call in. He's had some not so nice people call in.
But yeah,
So-
it's free to call in whenever.
Mm-hmm. Rapdu says it's protected under fair use. The body cam footage. Fair use means that you could do like a video with a commentary, like a commentary on that video under the fair use laws. It's kind of tricky. We've been learning about those ourselves for the
Yeah.
past 2 months.
So, do you want to end it? And
Yeah, I think we can wrap her up unless the chat has any other questions. And appreciate you out there in the chat as well. And that's the cool thing about these is that I'm not always the greatest at coming up with questions, but this can be a think tank, and that's one of the things that it should be. To think about the different aspects of the situation. And Melissa, we appreciate you coming out and the family members in chat as well. And we will definitely be reaching out to other creators as well and try to help to get this story out there because it needs to be. The judgmental crap and everything else because of the past. Like everybody has a past. Everybody makes choices or mistakes at times, but they're still human. And one of the things that's missing from our world anymore is a sense of humanity.
Absolutely.
So we really appreciate you taking the time to come out and share your story, and any of the family as well. if you'd be interested in coming on at a different point, just Melissa, you're more than welcome to share our information from Facebook. And I can always try to walk through the whole StreamYard process. Because the first time
Yeah.
going through it can be
It wasn't too hard.
That's good.
It came right up for me on my laptop, so
good.
I'm not
And
sure if it would have on my phone. That's why I wanted to do it on the laptop, because I think that's what I used before
Oh,
with the other podcast that I did.
okay. Well, you all are welcome out here anytime, and just hoping this gets out to more people.
Definitely.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for
Anytime,
coming.
and please keep in touch.
Definitely will.
We'll definitely keep you all in our prayers.
Good
Thank
luck
you.
with everything.
Anytime, yes.
Have a good evening.
You too.
You too.
And for everybody out there watching, whether you're catching us live or catching us on the replay, we appreciate each and every one of you. And just thank you for coming out and spending time with us. It's one of the most valuable asset that you have. And so wherever you are watching us from, or if you're catching us on the replay, we wish you all a very good morning, good afternoon, or a good night wherever you all are.
Good night, everybody.
Take care, all.